Rock on and welcome back to the Madcapsules Vodcast, whatever, episode number 4. I'm Madcapsules. That's me. What is this? This is where I talk about myself and my life and where I'm at and what I'm doing and, hey, all philosophical and stuff maybe, I don't know. Anyway, what am I talking about this week? First, let's have a review of where things were in the past week. Last week was pretty good. It was my birthday last week. Yay! I turned 21 again, which was really good. No, much older than 21. But I had a good time. It was a good birthday, and yeah, I decided to have a few drinks, as I said last episode that I probably would, and I did. And it didn't completely derail me. Everything was fine. I also had to go out Thursday night for a work party where I had 2, maybe 3 beers. And that was also absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. I haven't had anything to drink since then, I think. I just don't want to. Again, I am feeling a little bit anxious here and there where I think to myself, oh, a drink would be nice. But then I usually just think to myself, well, what's the point? It's not going to change anything. I won't necessarily feel better. I'll just think I'll feel better and then I'll wake up feeling shithouse tomorrow. So I decided not to do it. And I've been able to keep it fairly under control in that way, and then if I ever decide to have a drink, I don't feel bad about it because I'm not really quitting or anything like that. It's just I'm cutting down and I'm trying to drink when it's more sensible or appropriate to do so. So that seems to be working. Unfortunately, though, as a result of having a few drinks last week, I did skip a couple of days of yoga. Now, it didn't disappoint me too much because when I did get back into it, I did go straight back into it, which was great. I've been absolutely fine. There have been a couple of days where I just couldn't get up early, and that's really what it was. I think I'm still not used to this daylight savings time since the change, so we're getting there. Slowly wins the race, or so they say. Anyway, I do have a little bit of an injury, so I've had a sore neck and a sore shoulder for a while now, even before I started doing the yoga. And it hasn't really gone away, so I decided to have a check. I did have to have an ultrasound on that today, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. I can move my shoulder. It's not like my arm's going to fall off or anything. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get that checked out. It isn't really stopping me from doing my yoga. This is the final week of the 21-day course that I am doing for yoga, and it's really hard. So I'm going to do it just to see what it's like for the 3 weeks, and then I'll start again from the first week, and I think I'll just keep doing the first week over and over again until I get to a point where I'm comfortable doing it, and then I'll move to the second week, do the same thing with that, and then I'll move to the third week. So we'll see how that goes. You never know, I may just decide to move on to a different beginner's course for yoga. I don't know. I do quite like this course, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so what did I want to talk about this week? I guess what I wanted to talk about is my general philosophy for life at the moment. I don't think, to be honest, I really had a philosophy for life as I was growing up when I was younger. I guess if I did have a philosophy for life, it was mainly just do whatever you want, have fun, enjoy yourself. And that got me where I am today, which is, not incredibly healthy, maybe have a few problems with various problems. But yeah, so it was great and I enjoyed myself up until this point, but I'd like to continue living. So I need to do something about that. So I've sort of come up with, and I mean, it's more than that. As I've mentioned, I haven't been happy with my job, not happy with, working for someone else and making them money, all that kind of stuff. So there's a few philosophies that I'm starting to pull into myself. And I guess one thing that I've always realized since, I was in my 30s is men in particular are absolutely invincible until they're about 25. At least 25. I thought nothing could ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nothing could stop me or slow me down, but I was wrong. After I hit 25, I started putting on weight. Everything's so easy when you're young, and then when you get older, it's not so easy, and that's what I've discovered. And as you get even older, things start to hurt. It gets even harder to lose weight, but so much easier to put it on. things change. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of things that my philosophy of life is based on at the moment. And sorry to keep scratching my nose, but I'm still not used to having a beard, and sometimes the hairs of my mustache tickles my nose and it annoys me. So there you go. My philosophy of life is a whole bunch of different things from a whole bunch of different people. I want to learn a lot more. I want to achieve something. I want to do something that I'm proud of. I want to do things that I enjoy doing. When I come home from work, I don't want to just sit in front of the TV and turn my brain off and wish that I wasn't doing anything, wish that I didn't have to go to work tomorrow, all that kind of thing. That's why I'm doing these videos. That's why I'm trying to write a book. I'm trying to do all these things because I actually do enjoy them. I actually enjoy making these videos. I actually enjoy writing a book. I enjoy working on the podcast that I work on. So even though I come home and I work just as hard, probably harder than I do in my day job, doing something that doesn't really make any money for me, I feel much more fulfilled. And I think that's my current philosophy, is making myself making myself a helmet, because my head currently is helmetless and needs a helmet. No, making myself accountable for my own happiness. And, I think that comes down to making myself happy by doing things that make me happy. Now, a weird place that some of this realization came from, and you may not expect this, or maybe you do, is a song by a thrash metal band called Power Trip. And I'm not going to play you the song, but I'm going to just read out some of the lyrics that really sort of stuck with me recently. And they go, "You're waiting around to die, and you're all right with it. You're waiting around to die, and I can't stand for it." And I think where that really hit me is I was just doing the same thing every day. I'd wake up, go to work, come home, play video games, go to bed, rinse and repeat. And in the end, if I did that for the rest of my life, then all I'd be doing is waiting around to die. And that's what I thought life was. And I was okay with it. And I think I realized that no, I can actually do something with my life. And I should do something with my life. And that's why I've started to take a chance. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm fighting for anything. I'm not out there protesting anything or standing up for anything or whatever. But I just realized that nobody else is going to make my life happy. The only thing I have control over in my life are my thoughts, my words, what I say, and my deeds, the things I actually do. So I decided to put that into practice and make these videos, make a podcast, write a book. If any of that actually helps me and works for me, fantastic. For example, these videos. I don't really expect anyone to watch them. I don't. There's maybe 10, 15 people who are watching them, and I thank you very much. And if more people start watching, that's absolutely fantastic. But I don't make these videos for people to watch. I don't make these videos because I expect I'm going to become a YouTube frickin' star and, I'm going to make all the YouTube dollars. Woo! Crazy, crazy YouTube dollars! I don't think any of that's going to happen. I make these videos, one, to make me accountable for what I'm doing, and two, I guess it's a kind of therapy. I actually quite enjoy it, just talking and letting out my thoughts. But I also hope that some of my thoughts might be of interest to other people, and I hope that my thoughts might help other people as well. If they do, great. If they don't, oh well, that's life. We're all different. And again, some of the things that I say may not agree with your own personal thoughts. For example, maybe you don't want someone to think that, hey, I'm waiting around to die just because I go to work. Maybe you work hard for your money to look after your family and support them. And I guess the point I'm trying to make isn't so much that everyone who goes to work every day and then goes home and watches TV, they're not necessarily waiting around to die. They're not necessarily doing nothing with their life. It really comes down to what you're happy with. And if you're happy with your job, or you're happy going to work, making money so that you can support your family and do whatever needs to be done, and you're happy to sit down at night and relax and watch TV, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. For me, though, it wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't making me happy, and I needed to do something about it, and that's what I'm doing. I also realize, of course, I'm not terribly healthy. I'd like to live at least twice of the age that I've lived so far, and in order for me to be able to do so, I probably need to work on my health a bit. So I'm doing that, and I'm working on my mental health. I'm working on a whole bunch of different things. So that's really my philosophy. My philosophy is look after me. Madcapsules first. Well, family first, Madcapsules second. But anyway, that's really what I'm doing. And I am, in general, a much happier person. I think that's also one of the reasons why I can absolutely handle not drinking alcohol. I think it was a stress that I had, and it was a stress coping mechanism to drink alcohol. So I think I'm able to control it because I am actually doing things that are making me happy. So anyway, that was Vodcast number 4. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. We will find out next week when I do it, I guess. So we'll get around to that. There's a few topics I'm thinking of that are bouncing around in my head. Music. Why do I like extreme metal music? That's one thing. Why do I like video games? That's another thing. Meditation. What do I get out of meditation? What do I think about spiritualism? So there's a whole bunch of different topics that I'd like to talk about, and where I'm coming from for those things, and why I think other people should be interested in them. So keep an eye out, stick around. I really appreciate you watching these videos, and please leave a message, leave a comment, encourage me to keep on going, keep on keeping on, and I'll be back in a week, I guess. Rock on.